This is the algebraic equations, or algebraic graphs, sorry. I'll write that in algebraic graphs unit. And this particular task is called car hire. And it places a scenario where someone, in this case, a person called Boris, has arrived in Auckland, New Zealand, wants to hire a car, doesn't think he'll travel more than a total of 600 kilometres. And there are three possible companies he could choose. Hot Wheels is going to charge him $90 a day. Cute Cars is going to use a formula of cost is equal to 10 plus 0.2 m. M presumably is, well, m is the number of kilometres. Like that makes sense. And C is the cost, or charge they've got here. And he's picked up a leaflet from the airport with a graph of the daily charge for a car from Cheapy. I think they actually create graphs for their customers to work out how to go. But let's imagine that's the case. And task one is to use this information to help Boris advise Boris on a company he should choose. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So first of all, I think there's two things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is we need to draw a graph. We need to graph this whole thing. And let's have a look and see if I've got... I actually have some paper here I was going to use. And here it is. So I'm actually going to label this because we need to have a label for it. I think I'm going to call it a car hire comparison. Whatever you do have a title, yeah? One of the key things they look for, that's a CO, yeah, comparison. All right, so along here, along this side here, I'm going to have a cost in dollars. And along this axis here, I'm going to have a distance in kilometers. So we can actually, I'm actually looking at some of the things we've got on here. I've actually made this 600 at the maximum, but the graph didn't do particularly well here. And this graph goes right up to $360. I don't think we're going to get anything like that in terms of the cost. But I think what I'm going to do is halve everything. So where it says, for example, 200 here, I'm just going to make that to be $100. So this over here, this is going to be $10. 40 is going to be 20. This is going to be 30. This is going to be $40, and so on. Yeah, $50 is going to be. I'll do that, and then any more we need, I'll add on later. So the first thing I'm going to do is transcribe this graph here, which at 100 kilometers is $30. So that's nice and straightforward. So $100. Here's 100. Oh, let's see. You've got kilometers. We've got 100 kilometers. So 80, 85, or 80, 90, 100. So 100 is actually there. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with what they've got, really. So there is my 100. That's 100 kilometers there. And that's going to be $30. So that intersects at which point here? So 100 intersects right there. So let's make a little X here. We should use X's as opposed to other stuff, yeah? So 100, so in other words, 200 would be 60, yeah? So 50, 60, here is 200, and that would coincide with 60. And so on, yeah? So we want to make sure that this works out. Was that correct? That's 200, that's 50, 60, yeah. So that does look good to me. Okay, I'm just going to draw a line straight through this, and this should actually all line up. I'm not sure where it's going to end up, though. Let's have a look. It's going to end up where? It looks okay. So there it is. Now I'm going to draw this usually off the graph, but I'll put an arrow there. I'm assuming they don't stop at 100 kilometers. Although the way the graph's drawn, it actually does stop at 100, which is kind of weird, really. And this is not particularly well drawn. I'm noticing this probably should go through that point there. It does not, but this is really, really small. If you look at the size of my hand and pencil, you can see just how small the increments here are. Okay, so we've got 100 kilometers here. Let's go ahead and draw the other two graphs. So we've got one which is, it says $90 per day. So 90 is going to be here. There's my 90. And that's 90 dales per day. And that's going to keep on going all the way across. Let's see. So let's see if I can get that as right as I can. So it's about there. And that just keeps on going that way. Now I might label some of these while I'm doing it. This one here is called Hot Wheels. The other one is called Cheapy. And the final one, for which we're going to need, I think, some kind of a table, has an equation of C. I'll write this out. C is equal to, and it says, I can write it as 0.2 m plus 10. And that means, I can put, this means that, and this is for cute cars. This means that cute cars has a minimum charge of $10. I'll put here the cost intercept. And charges 20 cents per kilometer. And that would do. All right. So what we want to do now is have a graph or a table. I'm just going to make the table very, very, very simple, actually. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to start a new video, and I'm going to draw up the table, so you're not going to sit there and watch me draw up a table.